Sloped armor was first used and implemented both during and before World War II. However, it is still used today for many reasons. To understand sloped armor, we must first understand ballistic impact. When a projectile is fired, the kinetic energy of the shell determines its ability to penetrate the enemy tank. The shell penetrates successfully based on the shell type, such as AP, armor piercing, or HE, high explosive, and the kinetic energy value. The equation for the kinetic energy of a shell is half times the mass times the velocity squared, and the heat from the shell or pressure from the impact of shrapnel will decide whether or not the shell penetrates successfully. Vertical armor is based upon thickness, meaning the thicker the plate, the better it protects, but it's more expensive. Sloped armor angles the armor, meaning that the shell has to travel further, losing more kinetic energy in the process. It is determined by the sine rule, where x is the relative thickness, which is taking the actual thickness and dividing it by sine theta, the angle created. The volume remains the same, but the width increases, meaning less money has to be spent for sloped armor. The Sumo S-35 was an interwar French tank designed in the 1930s, and it was meant to fight against the German counterpart Panzer III. Its sloped armor managed to cut some production costs, but unfortunately the French economic situation was already in decline due to the effects of the Great Depression, and the costs of producing the tank forced the limited number to remain. Furthermore, because the French economy was on fire because of the Great Depression, and also because French politics was also on fire because of far left and far right infighting, which also influenced the army, unfortunately, Sumo S-35 never really got to see that much combat. Fast forward to the early 1940s, and Operation Barbarossa results in the surprise German invasion of the USSR, and the Soviets need to build a better tank to combat the German arsenal to hold them off for long enough. Hence, the T-34 with its 60-degree front plate was created to deflect on shells. This angle turned out to be a sweet spot, helping to cut production costs while also being capable of operating well. However, it is important to note that the T-34 was not as good as the legends say it is, as it was ergonomically cramped in the insides and treating the steel often led to cracks after impact. To conclude, the widespread usage of sloped armor by the Soviets influenced other nations, particularly the Germans, the Americans, and the British, which all used sloped armor in the later tank models, such as the German Jagdpanther tank destroyer and the modern-day German U-2. Although most tanks today use composite armor, which is even stronger than sloped armor, some sloping can still be seen in larger tanks. Furthermore, sloped armor helps deflect or change the shell's trajectory, complicating the odds of damaging the tank. Sloped armor is a good and cost-effective way of helping to save lives, and its contribution to the military world should be valued and appreciated.